raised area, and then the ceiling fan was here, but it was off center, and it was over towards there, and it was literally like.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like,
that's a
it was like bad. I've seen several like that.
That's
like,
a good way to get
horrible.
an eye injury.
Why even do it? I mean, because
Yeah.
you can get those really, really small ones, or just put a freaking light up there.
I guess everybody was like 4 foot tall back in the day or something. I don't understand.
I mean, I'm not that tall. I'm 6'1".
That's tall, Todd.
It's really not that.
It's tall.
Come from a guy under 6 feet.
I'm 6'3".
Short
okay.
king. Where's our short king lovers?
Hey, if we ever go to Top Golf, you and me can share clubs.
Yeah, the little tiny ones. I'm 5'11". Come on now. I'm pretty close.
Which means 5'10".
I was going to say we need to get tape
Probably.
measure.
Any guy that's 5'11" just says they're 6 foot.
Then again, I'm wearing like flat bottom shoes, so I'm probably like 5'10".
I bet he has lifts in those shoes.
Yeah. There's no lifts in these shoes.
I never heard the word short king until, what was it, Cassidy? I was like, what? And then I heard it everywhere.
Now Todd says it all the
I
time.
know. I like
Little did you know
it.
you were working with one of them.
I don't think you're that short, Tyler.
I'm not that short. I'm like average hot.
Not as short as Rudy or Jay or
Rudy.
Who else we got?
Just throwing everybody under the
Yeah,
Sorry.
all of them.
They have good personalities.
On that note, hi, welcome to the Y'all Ain't Right podcast. I'm here with Todd and Tyler today. We're talking about sweet tea.
Oh, gosh.
But before you do anything else, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere else. But, and I have decided that I don't know that I'll be hiking the Appalachian Trail because I thought about it when...
For anyone that's been listening, this was like episode, 1 or 2?
No.
We've talked about it a lot.
It was early on.
It was
No.
pretty early.
I'm saying I could still, in theory, finish it in a certain amount of time, but when they say it takes, like, on average, like 7-ish months, I'm not going to hike in the cold. So it'll never be done consecutively. I can say that much.
Now, did this latest little cold snap, snap you into that? Or have you been thinking about this for a long time?
Big realization.
Yeah, and then as soon as it warms up, she's going to be like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she does like it when it's 120 degrees.
I do like it when it's 120 degrees.
But in the woods with bugs at 120 degrees, that's why I like cold, because no bugs.
Yeah.
That's why I like whenever it gets warm and then it gets cold and you kill all the bugs that have been out, so you get a little extra.
Especially
time.
around here, like I said the other day, we got that 65, 70 degree, couple days, cold all the way up to then, and then we get, 1 or 2 warm days, and I had a tick on my leg. How does that happen?
Came out in force. Now, how cold is it supposed to get? Not to keep off track here.
I know it's supposed to get at night. It's supposed to get down to like 10 degrees on like Thursday or something like
Which
that.
is colder than what we got there in that cold snap, because I think it only got down to 15.
I think it got to single digit.
Yeah.
Did it get single?
It got down to single digits.
We didn't have any power outages.
I was worried about my chickens.
Yeah.
Did we get our nukes back on? All 3 nuclear power plants were down.
Oh, I don't know. Did they ever say what caused that?
I think it might have had to do with the layoffs. I think they overdid it.
Probably the Russians.
The aliens.
Anyway. I forget, what did she blame the aliens on? It was
the plane crashes. Yeah. The aliens.
I want to know how that one landed on its...
They said there was really bad winds. As they were coming in, it flipped.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I saw it was icy. It was...
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Count me out.
Little slippy.
It didn't fall out of the sky and crash.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
It was on its way down, and
for no one to get killed or seriously injured. I mean, that's pretty incredible there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God everyone had their seatbelt on. People weren't standing up trying to.
No kidding.
Could you imagine?
How
the guy in the bathroom?
People, as soon as they're come close, they're starting to grab their stuff out of the overhead bins. I hate
safety
those people.
first.
Yes.
Always.
So the guy in the bathroom's holding his sweet tea.
Okay, so Todd.
Why does the northerner get picked out?
Are you a sweet tea drinker?
Is it sweet tea or iced tea?
What do you mean? Isn't that the same thing?
No, they're not the same thing. Apparently, the Yankees call it
Well,
iced tea.
So I grew up on like the Lipton granulated. It's like straight sugar, so it was sweet, but it was not brewed. I probably did not start drinking the brewed tea until I was with Ruby Tuesdays, and we would make big batches.
So it was like store-bought unsweet tea, and you added sugar to it.
No, I'm pretty sure it was literally granulated. Like growing up, we would literally buy
Like instant?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, instant tea. And then when I was with Ruby's, I think we brewed it in the big, and then I don't remember if we made sweet tea or if we just sold it unsweetened. Again, it being a southern, based out of here. This was in Ohio and Michigan where I was with them. So I'm willing to bet. See, I was a manager. I never.
I didn't touch the tea urns.
Todd's like, I didn't do anything.
That was
Does it
in the
work?
manual.
He followed your training from the
Yeah.
other episode. You
Make-
just
make
walk
yourself
in,
look busy.
look like you're doing something, and then walk away.
Hold your hands up and have a look on your face, and then walk into the other room.
I was usually the kitchen manager. Like when I did 3 store openings with them at least, 1, 2, 3, and helped with another one. I was always the kitchen manager.
So you did a lot of yelling and you hit on the grill.
That sounds right.
Yeah, pretty much. And I
Okay.
did all the ordering of the food and all that stuff. And back then we ran the wheel. We got the ticket. We called it into the grill, into the pantry.
Oh gosh,
And-
before computers.
Well, we did computers, but we got the printout and we had to call it in.
Oh, okay.
Later on, when I was with Ruby's, they started getting their own tickets, and then you got a ticket too, and you still kind of ran the wheel, but they got their own ticket. You weren't really calling it in because, like when I first started, we'd be Friday, Saturday night, our wheel would be wrapped around, and we were running it, and we were, the only way the grill knew what to put on the grill was when we called it out.
So you were like the guy on the bear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've still never watched that show.
First season, good. Rest, crap.
That's kind of what I've heard.
Yeah.
Second wasn't bad. Anyway,
How many seasons? Are they on 3?
yeah.
Okay.
Third
maybe,
was-
Yeah, third was unwatchable.
Unwatchable.
No, it was just, I was like,
That bad.
and I was into the part I was getting into because I was hospitality growing up. I was hotel restaurant, so like a lot of my classes, we had to design a kitchen, do the manuals, do the menu and all that stuff. So I was really interested in that, but they got lost in, they were just so much switching back.
Lost
and
in the
forth.
sauce, one might say.
Yeah, I think they got fooled themselves, and I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But to answer your question, I don't not remember.
That was a really long way to get to I don't
It's pretty
remember.
good. I remember what we were talking about.
I barely knew what you lost me.
Especially after those concussions this morning.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can speak
But-
straight.
but-
When I do sweet tea, I like to get unsweetened and add my own. I don't make it super, super, super
Yeah.
sweet.
Why not just get half and half?
Or that.
Yeah, that's usually what I'll do is sweet and then unsweet and mix it together.
Yeah,
Half
but I'm
and
not going to ask them for that. I'm just going to get unsweetened.
Wow,
and make
that's
my
such a
own.
common ask.
Well,
This guy. This is just like the other day when we went to get Beth's chicken from Chick-fil-A order, and Todd's like, just park in the thing, and
so who was originally right, though?
me. No.
I said West Hills.
Okay, the location, yeah.
We went to Bearden. Get to Bearden. As soon as we pull into Bearden, Beth texts us and says West Hills, and I'm like, we got to go to West Hills.
Todd didn't know that you could just go to the drive-thru, tell him your name, and get the order.
I knew you could do that, but why do that? Because the
so
drive-thru
easy.
is usually backed up. So I pull in, say I'm here, spot 5, and they bring it right out to me.
Yeah,
Instead
but-
of me sitting in traffic and have to pay attention.
The problem with all of that is Beth was not with us. If you pull into a numbered spot, who are you going to tell that you're there?
I text message Beth. And I said spot 5, and she's like, "Go through the drive-thru."
Todd, stop.
Somehow I got roped into all this, and guess what? She had a drink, and we didn't get it anyhow, so we
Yeah, we
screwed
did.
that all up.
You left it in the truck. I went back and got it and brought it back up to her.
Oh, I don't remember them giving us a drink.
Yeah. She was in the middle of writing a hateful message to them. You forgot my
Was she?
drink when I came up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You about got someone fired.
I don't remember getting a drink. I didn't even know that part. I I saw you come way after us. I wonder what was going on.
Oh gosh.
I was just mad. I got out of the car and just left because I was still mad about the whole going to Bearden when we needed to go to West Hills. When I said it's West Hills, and Gary was literally like, she never orders from West Hills. She always ordered Bearden. And I go there. We went to the wrong one. She's like, I always get West Hills. I never go Bearden. And I was like, that's what I tried telling them. And they were like, no.
Plus, Gary can't drive, so it was awful.
Literally like cutting the lane at the bottom of the hill here, and there's a truck coming right at us.
Ran over the curb, pulling into the parking lot.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, good to know. I won't be getting in a car with
Yeah,
Gary.
it was great.
He acted like I was being
Unsafe?
No, he acted like I was being over dramatic.
Oh.
I'm a horrible passenger, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And then I rode around with him for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's right, you did. Anyhow,
Yeah,
sweet tea.
tea.
As a Yankee, we did not have such a thing. We barely ever made brewed tea. If anything, we made sun tea, and then you made it sweet if you wanted to.
I thought sun tea was a southern thing.
What is sun tea?
You don't know what sun tea
You
is?
put a gallon container with your tea bags out in the sun, and it naturally brews it.
Just because you didn't have fire at the time?
I don't know why
Why
they
would
did
you?
that.
Why would they do
Because we didn't have.
They're like, this is much slower.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way.
I guess it's like the same concept as cold brew, but it just, you use the sun to do, I don't know, but.
Yeah,
That's so
because I don't
silly.
think it ever got really, really hot.
No, my grandma used to do it. She'd just set it in the window or set it on the front porch.
Okay, I had heard of that. I just didn't.
So if you're making, okay,
That's just odd to me. That
so if you're
you'd-
making iced tea or you're making sweet tea, how much do you make?
however much fits in the pot.
A pitcher?
I don't know. Probably.
But are you making? Do you start with that much water? What you're putting in the pitcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're watering the tea down. I mean, you can do it that way because you're going to, depending on how many bags you use.
Right. That's where my question is.
Like,
Or if the pot's not, if it's like a smaller pot and it just makes like a quart or like
you
2
super
quarts or something
concentrate
like
and then
that,
add
then I
water
might.
to it.
yeah.
It just kind of depends. I measure with my heart, and I like strong tea, so I try not to water it down.
Ours
too
was easy. 2 scoops. Good to go.
Instant tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cheating.
So that's sweet though.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I'm not.
I don't know how much tea is really in it.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I want to say it was Lipton Instant. Lipton.
Probably.
I have to ask.
I don't think I would like instant tea. I like the stronger tea flavor, so I would rather brew it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like green tea. I like green tea better, or is it white tea?
I've never had white tea.
White tea is like baby green tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like green tea at the Asian restaurants.
Gotcha. Well, I asked ChatGPT because this is a good barometer of what is considered like the South. I guess probably the Southeast is what states have like sweet tea.
Kentucky down.
ChatGPT did not include Virginia, which I feel like that. Okay, it might be more of a regional thing
They're kind of a weird, like, they're one of the first colonies, so they're very.
because it's got DC in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Which
I
I'm
feel like
sure
you
that
have a
they
lot
don't
of
have.
northern. You have a lot of. So I have friends that live south of D.C. in Virginia,
The culture's
but they're
different.
from Pennsylvania. So even the suburbs, the farther out you get from D.C., they're usually transplants too and stuff like that. So you kind of have a mix. So Maryland, I don't consider Maryland and Virginia technically in the South.
Definitely not Maryland.
Definitely not
Okay,
Maryland.
so we're crossing Virginia off. So you are not part of the Southeast. Okay.
Yep.
Then,
You have been removed.
okay, there's Alabama, Arkansas.
I don't. When I think of Arkansas, I'm thinking like west, like not.
I'm just thinking Midwest.
Yeah,
than
not-
anything. But I'd say you have some southern. How far down?
We'll throw them in there.
How far deep down does that?
I don't know what the United States looks like.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's what I need to.
No, I know what the United States looks like. I don't know what the states inside of it
But
looks
it's
like.
like.
I don't know how
Do we
far.
border Arkansas?
I mean, there's 51. There's 51 states now if you count Canada. So
I thought there was 51 states. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. That's a different topic. Okay, so we'll keep Arkansas, and then there was Georgia's an obvious. Mississippi's obvious. North Carolina obvious. South Carolina?
Arkansas probably yes, because it's actually the northern border is on level with Tennessee, so yes.
Yeah, but it's too far west for me to count that as a southern state.
I mean, Texas is
we
even
do
farther
border
west.
Arkansas.
I don't count Texas as a southern
We
state.
border
Really?
Arkansas. You
Yeah.
just laughed at me.
No, I know we border it,
Oh,
but
I thought you were saying because no. Okay.
You don't
no, I
consider-
laughed at you because you said we have 51 states.
You don't-
Okay.
You don't consider Texas the South?
It's the South United States, but I think when I hear southern, I think southeastern.
Southeast. So they don't have. Okay. They also have Tennessee, and then
Do they have Kentucky?
what they don't have. That's my problem with this. Is that there's not South Carolina's okay. There's not Kentucky, and there's not Louisiana.
See, I would count Kentucky, and
And honestly, Florida is
they're questionable.
their own thing. But they do have, for the argument's sake, I asked it about sweet tea, and Florida is not on there. And where the places that I vacation in Florida, they do have sweet tea.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
you
think
know,
Pensacola is pretty much they
Panama
call
City?
Yeah. What did I say?
You said
Pensacola.
Pensacola.
Oh, well, that's the same thing.
It is
Right
not the
down-
same thing. It's pretty close, though.
Right there. But they consider what you call it, the Redneck Riviera.
Redneck Riviera.
You never heard that?
No.
Panama, no.
Words.
Atlantic City, no. Myrtle Beach. They consider that the Redneck Riviera.
That is not Florida, though.
No, I'm just saying beach-wise
But
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And Panama is pretty much the same thing. I mean, because if you live in Alabama, you're either going to Gulf Shores or you're going to Panama.
Yeah.
But okay, so this is also my issue. So they didn't list what was it, Louisiana and Kentucky, but also they listed. Okay, so ChatGPT said Texas, a state where sweet tea is very popular and is sometimes called the state beverage. Incorrect.
I don't know much about Texas's sweet tea habits. But
I don't either, but I know about Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
and that is
Yeah, but Austin's a
the
little
state capital.
funky.
So I'm basing all of my knowledge off of one city, off of two restaurants that I asked about sweet tea from, and neither one of them had any sweet tea.
Really? They didn't have sweet tea?
Yeah.
So
What did they have?
unsweet.
They had garbage, is what they had.
They did not have garbage. So I'm basing all of my knowledge off of one.
Yeah, you would think they would have sweet tea in Texas.
Yeah, I thought so too. I didn't think that I was crazy for asking for that.
Did they
there.
look at you weird?
Yeah.
Did you try to dig a little deeper on that one? or-
No.
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 I didn't ask for sweet tea, but I don't drink sweet tea usually at restaurants, so like I've really got to be in the mood, but I don't like sweet. So
We
it's
can-
it's zero
drink-
sugar. And it's not nearly as sweet as the other stuff. I'm just
It
not
can be
big.
sweet without sugar.
Like I don't eat candy much. I don't drink sweet tea unless I cut it with unsweet tea.
But you drink
like
soda all day long.
fake soda.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Fake soda.
Just because it's saccharin or...
I mean,
I'll leave that one alone.
it's just the cancer-causing sugar. The fake
Gotcha.
stuff.
Gotcha.
It's that
Okay.
Fake
Fair enough.
sugar, as Gary says.
So anyway, we're Texas does not belong in the southeast. Okay. So
stricken.
They are taken away from the
Do we
southern.
have any followers in...
yeah, we do. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it.
they're no longer considered southern.
You've been booted. Pun.
At least out
Okay.
of the southeast.
She's funny.
I
Dude.
know. They have a lot of boots.
But sweet tea is, I think, so it's really big in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's considered the birthplace of sweet tea. And one of the first sweet tea plants in America was out of South Carolina.
Hey y'all, Tyler here with another real estate tip of the day. The process of buying land can be very different than buying an established home. Before you get carried away with visions of building your dream home, there are things you should consider. You should ask your realtor to check things like the property's zoning type, neighborhood restrictions, access to local utilities, and possible street access. You're also going to want to evaluate any potential land clearing or grading costs and check to see if a previous survey is on file in the county records office. These are only a few of the many parts of this process, and it's important that you work with an experienced agent to help guide you through it. If you want to know more about buying land, or if you have other real estate questions, be sure and give us a shout over at holler@yarpod.com.
All right.
So when you say sweet tea plants,
Like manufacturers,
well, I know that, but is that really sweet tea?
plantation,
I mean,
probably. I don't know.
because most places brew their own.
I mean, you've got to get the plant from somewhere, and it don't come from here. It's got to be processed.
Sweet tea plant.
But even if
They're
someone's
making either bottled or
Yeah.
or the bags,
That's not you're using regular tea to make sweet tea
I mean,
and just adding sugar to it.
you got to dry the
Do
plant.
you guys ever make sugar?
Process it.
It's tea at that point. It's not sweet tea.
Yeah, I mean, it's tea leaves,
but then they add the sugar.
No, they
That's how
don't.
you make sweet tea. No,
You
the
pour
plant
the sugar
doesn't.
in it.
You can buy it pre-made.
Not sweet
It
tea.
says one of the
Yes.
first tea plants in America, not one of the first sweet tea plants.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
okay.
Okay. So I thought you meant it was manufacturer
Oh,
of sweet tea, not
you don't
tea.
just go buy
plant.
Milo's tea, sweet tea by the gallon.
Oh my gosh,
That's
oh my gosh,
Pennsylvania, by
Milo
the
sweet
way.
tea. They have the extra sweet tea. The Milo sweet tea needs to be cut with like
Where is Milo's sweet tea made?
I don't know. You have the
probably
machines.
Georgia.
I don't have
I
a
don't
phone,
know.
so I can't look.
I want to
That's
say
my
a
guess. I'm saying
Pennsylvania-
Georgia. The extra sweet tea is for psychos. How could you need any more sugar than what's in the? I can't handle the regular sweet tea.
We're gonna have to pause for a second because I just realized that I did not airplane mode my phone, and we're running on a prayer.
Pause. We need to pause.
We're literally living on a prayer because I looked at my phone. Stop shaking.
This is going to surprise you.
Okay, wait.
You going to mark the time for that, or we going to do anything? We going to cut and
I'll just do it on the editing.
okay.
Okay. You said I'm gonna be surprised. It's not Georgia. I'm
Well,
gonna say
there's multiple plants.
Arizona.
That's pretty good. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Alabama, Spartanburg, South Carolina. So Tulsa, Oklahoma. I thought Arizona was in there, but it's not.
Oh.
That's the one that surprised me.
Arizona sweet tea, that's like its own thing.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get it.
That would have been a big competitor right next door.
Do you like Milo's?
I mean, if I'm going to go to the store and buy it in a gallon for whatever reason, it's probably going to be Milo's, but I'm not doing the extra sweet.
I forgot about that. But 1946 was the first one for Milo's in Alabama. Was
Oh.
the first plant.
Nice. So Alabama is the,
Epicenter.
yeah, there we go. See, still in the southeast. That's why they make extra sweet tea.
They make extra of their sweet
I was
tea.
going to say, I didn't know they made it extra. My God.
Yeah. Well, you can get regular and then you can get extra
Right,
sweet.
I know, but that's, whew,
Yeah. Their regular sweet is sweet.
I was going to say.
I swear the only thing that's the only thing that's economy proof is Arizona sweet tea. They have been selling their cans of sweet tea and green tea for $1 my entire life.
Yeah. Well,
If we fact check that, I know whenever
Yeah.
they did
yeah, I
they
did.
brought that out.
I went down the rabbit hole on
Did
that
you
one.
go? Okay, cool.
Because they said, we own our plant, we own our facilities, we still turn a profit. There's no point in us raising prices. We can just take a little bit less profit. We're still profitable.
Oh wow, someone running a business with common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos.
I'm like, oh, that right there is proof that a lot of what we see is manufactured inflation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it always goes up, but you never see it go
Yeah.
down, or you never see the packaging get bigger and
Well,
stuff like that.
I came
So-
from the corporate world, and it's always plan versus actual, and the profit number has to be higher every year.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I did fuel and oil, it was always funny how quickly that fuel price went up and how slow it came to take down. And,
Yeah.
you know, you're getting deliveries almost every other day, you know, and that's why you see discrepancies whenever, you know, you might have 3 of the same company-owned gas stations, but it depends on when they got that gas, you know, and topped it back off for it to change price and stuff like that. So, but it was always, I remember when gas went up the first time, and it took forever to come back down, even though it dropped before that. But when it really jumped.
Yeah.
It's dumb. But Arizona Tea, though, they're you know, I want to buy that stuff just to support their business.
I know. I've never bought Arizona tea. I think
Really?
maybe because it's just in a can
I
and
like-
things taste different in a can, but I need to try it.
I like their half and half, like half lemonade and half
Arnold Palmer.
tea. Yeah,
Arnold Palmer.
yeah,
That's
but
it.
not Arnold Palmer brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the easiest every time that someone would try to order that at Outback, and I would try to repeat it back to them. Me trying to say Arnold Palmer. Like, it always just came out. Arnold Palmer.
Is that like French and Ranch again?
Yeah. Arnold Palmer. It was like chewing on marbles. You know what the alcoholic version of an Arnold Palmer is?
Well, that's what the original was an alcoholic version.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah, that's
that
how it
came
kind of came
first.
from. But
Makes sense.
Arnold Palmer's from, my dad went to high school with him.
I still think
What?
Yeah, that's right.
really
Arnold was a little bit older. It's hard to say.
get old Arnie.
Arnie was Arnie's Army. My dad, when he came back out of the service, finished high school with him. So my dad was a little bit older than Arnie.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I think it's interesting that it's named after Arnold Palmer is named after a golfer, but also the alcoholic version is a John Daly, which is named after a golfer.
Huh? Interesting.
Now, John Daly liked to drink. Now, but if you know anything about Arnie and those guys, they used to drink pretty heavy too.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense to have a drink named after them. Yeah.
I think everyone from back then used to drink
Oh, yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah, they used to make some wagers after the matches and stuff like that.
I don't know that I could play golf and not want to drink. That game is stupid.
Haven't you just played that one time
And that was enough.
at
one
Top
time.
Golf?
No, I've played
He
actually
didn't,
like
Oh,
he didn't
okay.
even swing there.
yeah, I've been to Top Golf several times since then though, and I've played
I
there.
thought that
but
you said that was your first time whenever you went to Top Golf.
that was my first time there, yeah, but like I went and
West Virginia.
No, when we went to Kentucky, we played.
Were you in West Virginia though when you played?
Well, yeah, we went to Kentucky, but we crossed the line, went to West Virginia, and whatever.
You're welcome.
I didn't know where I
Don't
was.
try to fact check me.
I was in the back of the truck. They were driving. Just take me wherever. I didn't pay attention. What are you vibrate on the table? Golly.
Same spam call I've gotten. Like,
Todd hit his head twice on a chandelier today, so
Yeah.
we'll give him a pass today.
Yeah, he needs a pass or two. He's had a rough day. Hit his head twice. Spilt his drink in the floor.
Poor guy. Although, speaking of alcoholic sweet tea,
wait a minute.
you know, it goes into a Tennessee tea. It's obviously sweet tea, but the liquor that goes into it.
Oh, I was going to say, the only really tea I know is a
Firefly, moonshine, or whatever, or vodka.
Is it Jack Daniels? Because it sounds
I
like
was gonna
something.
It's
say,
Jack
there you
Daniels.
Of
go.
course it is.
I was thinking Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, no, that's like 7 different.
And that
kinds.
has no tea in it.
Nope.
That doesn't make any sense
No
to
tea
me.
at all.
Yeah.
But it tastes like tea,
It does.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
If you make it with the 7,
Yeah. Make
most
it the
places
right
don't
way.
do it that.
know.
I think it probably has to do with because Tennessee liquor laws, it's like 2 ounces of
Maybe.
liquor is all that's allowed in
Maybe.
one drink. So
That
you
was
do like a
also-
quarter ounce of 4 different liquors.
If somebody was a little drunk, that was also an easy one to fake.
Yeah. The fun
That's
part,
so true.
the trick there is you just tip the bartender before they make your drink, and then you get a nice drink.
Okay. Well, I thought this was interesting. So the first commercially bottled sweet tea was Snapple.
Really?
Yeah. In 1980. Do you remember that?
I remember when Snapple was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
It was huge. I mean, especially up north. I mean, that was the commercial. New York City. I forget how they did that, why they did that, but
I just remember they had little sayings under the cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if bottled, but I mean, but Milo's
Like
was
commercially.
but Milo's was in a carton.
Was it?
Well, I don't
So I
know when
wonder if
Milo's
that's
came out.
like 1946.
Oh, back then it would have been. I don't know. Wonder if
I
they
wonder
ever
if it was
did.
local.
Probably.
But it's still
I don't know. Interesting.
Wonder if they did the glass bottle tea like they did sodas and milk back
is
then.
Milo's in a bottle now? Because
Yeah, I mean you can get them in the plastic
jug.
bottles and the
Oh,
jugs.
that's true. I
and
forget about that. In my head, I just see the carton.
They still have the little peel off cap though, which is fun.
I think that kills turtles.
Yeah. Who cares about the turtles?
Tyler, we're fighting for every single follower, and now anyone that loves.
This is Tennessee.
But we just captured the people that don't love turtles.
Yeah, there we go.
I feel like that's a very small market.
Look, this is a very red state, and I feel like 90% of the state hates turtles. So
Moving on.
Like nobody hates turtles.
I don't hate turtles. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Way to backtrack.
Yeah.
Okay, not to be a broken record
That's what
here.
people don't like is backtrackers.
I just hate plastic straws, or I mean paper straws. That's all. I love turtles, not straws.
That's fair. Not to be a broken record here, but the best sweet tea that you're going to have from a restaurant anywhere near here is Pal's.
Pals.
Yeah. They have strong. It's very strong, but it's not like overly sweet. It's like just sweet enough. Where do you get tea from?
I don't think I ever had it. There.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been to Pal's like twice.
I'll say
Where do
Ruby,
you-
Ruby Tuesdays.
Ruby Tuesdays? Call it Rubies for short. Just the ones that are in the know.
I heard a weird noise. I don't know what it is.
I hear it too. I
It's
can't tell what it
the
was
construction next door, I
Is it?
think. Probably. They're probably cutting something over there.
from. Do we have a mic over there or something? On site.
I don't know.
Who's got the remote mic?
But where do you guys get? Do you guys get sweet tea from any of the
I really
any
don't
fast
drink
food or anything like that?
No, I
Nothing?
mean, the go-to that most people talk about is like, oh, McDonald's sweet tea because it's like syrup. It's very sweet.
I'm trying to think if they actually brew it or not, or if they have it in the fountain system.
They used to brew it, but now they've got a lot of them I've been to. I've seen when they go to change it, and it's just hooked in with one
Just
of
a
the
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know we switched to that, did all the flavored stuff back in the day when I was with Ruby's and stuff like that. But I think we still made a brewed tea.
Yeah. You can get apparently at McDonald's you can get sweet tea even if you go to like the north and stuff. Most
Yeah.
of like regionally, it kind of depends on the
Yeah.
McDonald's itself. But we were in Vermont and we got sweet tea from McDonald's.
I think can't you buy jugs
yeah. It's one
from
of their
McDonald's and ice?
It's one of their
Super cheap.
signature items. That's why it's something you can get pretty much anywhere because they push their sweet tea pretty
I
hard.
think Chick-fil-A has that too. You can buy it.
I don't like sweet tea from
Bag.
Chick-fil-A.
That's another really good one. It's really
Is
strong and it's
it?
not overly sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan, but I'm just not a big fan of Chick-fil-A in general. So,
I
Blasphemy.
love Chick-fil-A.
yeah,
Blasphemy.
their food is all right. It's just eh.
Oh, here's a gross one.
Here's a gross one.
There's sweet tea ice cream.
That is
Who
not
makes it?
what.
Can we get it local?
It looked like there were a couple of them. I couldn't find like a local spot to go get any.
We're gonna order this and try it on the show.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds sweet tea ice cream. I don't know how I feel about
Is
that.
it sweet tea ice cream or just tea?
It's
ice cream?
sweet tea ice cream.
Sweet tea ice cream.
I don't think that would be bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, and I don't know where you'd find that. I've never heard of that ever.
I'll have to get on that.
Is it like the
Tracking it down.
Mayfield's flavor of the month or whatever?
I don't know.
What was the weird one? What they have the snow.
Oh God, you're still on that snow cream. That's not a weird one. That makes
It's
sense.
vanilla, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kinda.
but
With vanilla.
I think it's weird to have an ice cream, considering it's.
It's snow cream.
But is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't think they make it with snow.
They ship the snow in from Alaska. I have no idea.
They sure as heck don't get it here.
I'm pretty sure that you can make your own snow, Todd. It's just like shaved ice.
They get it from Ober.
Yeah, there you go. They go up there with the snow machines and they just stand under it with a bucket and
I bet if you look at the ingredients, it's made exactly like probably their vanilla ice cream.
it does taste different. There's a little different texture. I don't know what they do differently, but it is a little different.
It's different.
It is different.
It's different.
It's not
just like
just-
vanilla versus vanilla bean.
It's natural versus artificial flavor. I feel like there.
Your artificial flavor.
I think both are artificial.
Yeah, the
They're
you
fake
can
beans.
see the specks in the.
Yeah, that's the food
Yeah, they
coloring.
can't create specs.
That's the dye that they use and the sand flakes they throw in there. I don't know.
Actually, I like the like Kroger brand like
Those
ice
are-
cream.
Tiny pieces of plastic is what that is.
Shards of
Microplastics
metal.
have been. Yeah, it's overrated. I love these new not recalls we're getting. The
smack
recalls
back
we're
up.
getting because like they have like egg in them instead, and it wasn't listed or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like giving them levels or something like that. But it's usually like because it has egg in it or it has milk products in it. It's not. They're not saying the metal flake is the highest
Yeah.
level. It's the egg in it because it's not listed as
Oh.
like the highest level of recall or whatever.
That big
I'm like,
one, that big one they just did for Lay's. They're like, it's an excessive danger level, and it's because it was not listed on the ingredient list that it had milk byproducts in it
Yeah.
or something.
I feel like metal or something else is a higher risk than it has egg.
I read that and I was like, it's stupid. I'm gonna go home and dip my Lay's chips in milk and eat it just out of.
I just think it's a weird. I've never seen them do that, and then all of a sudden they were doing it, and I was like, "Oh God, what's in it?
Yeah.
You know, is there poison got in it by accident? No,
mean-
it's egg byproducts, and it's wasn't listed.
That's
guess.
probably one of the only actual. The rest of it's poison, and the one that they didn't list is like an
Right,
actual
right.
food product.
Food product. I just thought it was like the highest level, and I'm like, "Ooh, what was in it? Oh, egg product." I'm like, "How is that the highest level?" And
Somebody,
the salmonella is not, or the
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, it's weird.
somebody dropped a vat of chemicals in there
Yeah,
that
right.
wasn't supposed to be there or something like that. But no, it's just milk,
That's always
unlisted milk.
yeah,
All the chemicals are supposed to be there. Any extra,
yeah.
just it's fine.
Extra flavoring.
We don't know what any of the ingredients are that are listed anyway. So
I don't want to know. Just
Can't-
take the ingredient
can't
list
pronounce
off.
them.
you're taking your life into your own hands when you eat a bag of Cheetos. So as we sip on Diet Coke,
Hey, carbonated
and-
water is the number one ingredient, though.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
that makes the majority of the volume of the liquid. So yeah.
small victories.
Yeah.
A win's a win.
Ignorance is bliss.
As she sips on her nasty club soda.
It's just carbonated water.
Read the ingredients.
And
on
I
there.
don't even count.
There's more than one. Potassium sulfate.
Where are the ingredients?
Over there with
I
the big
saw
list.
Well, it didn't
From
say
whatever I did.
ingredients.
I don't know.
I could see them from where I was sitting.
Well, okay,
Did you
so the
find it?
one. Don't shake it.
Carbonated water, potassium carbonate, potassium sulfate, produced under authority of Dr. Pepper. Severe.
We don't need to know all of that. The one that I was drinking the other day, out of the can, I did read that, and it was just carbonated water were the
This
only
has
ingredients.
glass. I thought it was plastic,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this was glass.
She likes
Yeah.
turtles.
Yeah,
I love turtles.
plastic cap.
I used to have a couple turtles.
She's a hippie anyway.
Some of them ran away.
Were they box?
Tank, a 55-gallon tank.
Ran away?
So you had to take him out to give him a bath, and then I think I had someone babysit it.
They are surprisingly fast. I mean,
They are, and here's the thing: they grow into their environment. So when I went from a small little tank to a 55-gallon tank, they got big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk a big game, but I'm still the kind of person that stops to take a box turtle out of the road.
Oh,
so
I do too. Yeah, we were never allowed to have turtles because they could transmit salmonella.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom
Yeah, I
was a
think they're
nurse, so we
not-
were never allowed to have like
Yeah.
reptiles.
They're not legal to, or whenever I had them, they weren't legal to buy in Tennessee. So we went to North
A
Carolina.
lot of states were like it. I think Pennsylvania was
There's
like it.
you're
Yeah.
really still not supposed to own turtles in Tennessee, but they sell them at pet stores. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Probably different species of turtles.
No, it's just not supposed to have turtles.
We think we should fact check
I
that,
don't
Mr.
think we-
Game Commission over
I
there.
know. Mr. don't know what he's talking about. But doesn't like turtles.
Just doesn't want anyone else to have turtles.
No turtles.
Okay, well, the last thing I got is one that I don't believe this is actually happening. So
So it's true.
supposedly, according to ChatGPT, in some southern recipes, a splash of apple cider vinegar is added to cut the sweetness, and I have just never.
Try it.
My grandma used to do that in all kinds of stuff.
I've never heard.
You've never had
That's
taken
like
a
this-
swig of apple cider vinegar in the morning? That's a
Well,
like
I mean that's
a-
different than adding it to your sweet tea, though.
Yeah, but I feel like if you put in a
I mean,
like this way, a lot of people put a little sprinkle of salt. And
I wouldn't
stuff.
put it in sweet tea, but like it goes into recipes and stuff.
Well,
like,
in
a-
recipes,
that's
yeah,
a
but
recipe.
sweet tea.
yeah, not
It's
sweet
technically
tea,
a
no.
recipe.
You said your grandmother does that.
You said sweet stuff.
Sweet tea.
Oh no, I don't know anything about all that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that might be healthy or something. You know, there's all these
Well,
like
but-
organic apple cider nuts that drink half a bottle a day or whatever.
I bet it does because.
So you want your sweet tea to taste like feet?
You can tell.
It's like feet.
I bet if I did it, I bet it when I do it,
Yes.
you guys don't know it.
Todd would love anything that he eats
But
to
if you
taste like
can't
feet.
tell, then what's the point in doing it?
It gives it a little bit of extra.
It's a mental
You know
thing.
how much I like a
don't know.
little of my drink.
Oh, this tastes a little.
Supposedly, okay, black tea. Okay,
What kind of tea is actually used for sweet tea? Is it
most
black
of the time
tea?
it's black tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black tea actually has a lot of antioxidants, and some other things I can't necessarily
More
pronounce.
than white tea.
That help with heart health and inflammation.
Why are you pointing at me? Too late for that.
The sugar kind of negates a lot of that, so maybe just like drink
Yeah.
it unsweet.
Diabetes.
That's kind of like they say black coffee is really good for you, but you completely kill that by putting all the creamer and sugar in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not black coffee anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. Black coffee's great for you, but then you negate it being good for
I don't
you
know
by
about
putting all
great.
the
I
other.
don't know about great.
It is. It's,
It's good for
you.
your liver.
It's got a lot of really good properties.
I've been drinking that instead of doing pre-workout.
Yeah,
and
but
man, I've gotten to caffeine
You do
addiction.
decaffeinated, weird. Why even drink it?
Mushrooms.
Haters.
Little
Just
shrooms.
drink hot tea, like real tea. not-
Just drink cancerous sodas all
Uh,
day
blah,
long.
blah, 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 blah.
Okay, well, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We've got some bonus real estate episodes on their way, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in East Tennessee, email us at holler@yarpod.com. You can also reach Brittany Hawkins at 423-270-9572, Todd Huber at 865-456-0101, Tyler Letner at 865-816-0076, and Nick Cantey at 865-250-5167. Our office at Wallace Real Estate can be reached at 865-584-4000. Make sure to ask for YARPod. See y'all next week.